Hi there, my name's Francis Briers, and I want to talk to you today about the Samurai game. It's a facilitated environment, it's a workshop, it can be a team building event, it's been used a lot for leadership development, and it was first created by a guy called George Leonard. George Leonard is considered by many to be the grandfather of the human potential movement. He was one of the founders of Esalen Institute in the US, which is an institute studying psychotherapy and bodywork and human growth. And in 1977 he created this thing called the Samurai game. It's a wonderful thing, whereby the simple version is that for a number of hours we step into 15th century Japan and we take on the social roles of the samurai. So a group of people take on these social roles and the philosophies of the samurai warriors. And in that environment we're in two clans, two teams, and those teams are doing battle through games. So those games are not physically threatening, they can be physically challenging, but they're not dangerous per se. And those games can range from games of strength, some of them, but there's also games of balance and awareness and even aesthetics. So it's not limited to people who are very, very physically talented or skilled. A whole range of people, right from physically disabled people, have played the game and had an awesome time doing so. It's, for me, one of the most wonderful environments for personal development and self-awareness that I've ever come across. It can be very profound for a lot of people, facing the challenges within the game. And amongst those challenges are symbolically within the game dying. You may be brought back to life, but you may not. And a lot of people think when they hear that they might die in the game, oh right, that'll mean what? That I lie out of the game and I'm lying down and that's it, my game's over. That's not the case. This isn't a video game where dying means the end. You know, the experience of dying within the samurai game is a vivid part of the game. And really that sort of brings me to what the game is about. It's about becoming hyper-aware, moment to moment, of what your process is, what's going on the inside, what's the story you're telling yourself, and is that the story you want? Do you want to change that? Do you want to have more choice about how you live your life and the decisions that you're making moment to moment? That for me is really kind of at the heart of the power of the game, is that it brings these things to the surface and enables us to face them, challenge them, deal with them, and at least set our first foot on the path perhaps to a new way of being. So I've mentioned a little bit about the logistics of the game, that there's two clans and we do battle. There are rules within the game that support being hyper-aware of our behaviour moment to moment. Within the game we take things that we do every day. So for example, saying please and thank you. You're not allowed to say please and thank you in the game. So these things that we do every day without even thinking about them, they're unconscious. We take those and make them conscious. You can't do that, so you've got to be conscious about even the most habitual behaviour. So that's powerful. In my experience, I've seen whole rooms of people, 30 or more people, for a time period of up to 3 hours, all in a meditative state, like a meditation state, all together. And that kind of focus, that kind of awareness within the room, within a group of people, has a very powerful effect and a transformative effect in how I've witnessed it and played the game myself. So I hope that gives you a taster of the game, what it might offer to you, and in my experience it's a lot of fun too. It's a wonderful thing to dive into this complete other world and take the best of what the samurai and their culture has to offer us, right from being powerful, fierce warriors, right through to being beautifully creative and aesthetically sensitive. All of this range is part of the game, just as all of that range is part of the samurai culture, the traditional samurai culture. So before the game we do some embodied practices, we do some exercises, not like jumping jacks, but exercise in terms of becoming more aware of our process, but doing that in our bodies. to prepare for the game and get into the right mind state and body state. And then after the game, we have a really full debrief experience of talking through the stories of the game and sharing what we learned and what we witnessed and what we observed about others and ourselves. And it can be a beautiful place to explore their strengths. So in organisations, it can be a wonderful way for teams to see each other at their best and really acknowledge that, really bring some awareness to where people shine and the gifts that they have to bring to every single moment of their lives and in the organisation. So these are the gifts that I think that the game has to bring, and it is held within this carefully set up environment of working carefully into the game, crossing a psychological line, having the game experience which is rich and deep and intense and challenging sometimes and fun, and then coming out the other side of the game gently and carefully and taking care of that experience and exploring it on the other end. So we really get the juice out of the game. We really come to understand our experience as deeply as possible. So I hope that's whet your appetite, and perhaps there's something there that appeals to you. If you'd like to know more, please do get in touch. At the moment in the UK, I'm the only person certified to run the Samurai game. It's a facilitated process owned by the Leonard Trust in the US, and I'm the person that's certified in the UK currently. There's a few others in Europe, and there's a few in Asia, and there's a bunch more in the US. If you'd like to know more, then please do get in touch. The website is www.fudoshin.org.uk. So please do give me a shout if you'd like to know more, whether that's about public workshops, which I do run, or if you've got an organisation and you want a team build event, or you want some leadership development designed for you, which includes the Samurai game. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you.